Man, you better come on. More questions also. If you're still watching, come home for spring, for summer, get my little nephews and everything. Back then, you had people who would take the Hey, look. So, I just want to say real quick what I said on my Facebook. I want to tell y'all something from experience, from knowledge, training. We see what's going on, man. Like our people out here, we getting and I'm gonna see if I can even open the phone lines up if anybody want to chime in for a few minutes on this topic. And I'm only gonna stay on this topic for a few minutes. All right. So it's only 16 of us watching right now, you know. But here's a serious tip, and I'm gonna tell y'all like I tell my family, my wife, my siblings, my nephews, and things of that nature about what's going on right now. We got a lot of issues with the police that's going on, right? Our brothers and sisters being killed by the police. And I'm gonna tell y'all something about myself that a lot of y'all don't know or never knew. A lot of y'all do know, but a lot of y'all don't know. I myself was a police officer, and the key word was a police officer. And I resigned not too long ago as from being a police officer. And now, so a lot of people was like, well, why did you resign? You know, or why? I got questions from both sides. Like, how are you a police officer? Why'd you resign? You know, and there's a lot going on. There's a lot that was stated. There was a lot that was stated. There's a lot as working as an officer that deal with. There's a lot that you see. And right now, we see as a nation of people, our people being we're not even being just gunned down no more. We're being kneed down and choked out and every which hung and a lot of stuff that's going on right now. And if you look into these crowds, these fires that have been started, things of that nature, we are these are police officers in the crowd. These are agents. These are people pushing an agenda that are in the crowds. We got to know this. All right. I did a live a week and a half ago, on how to get stopped by the police. Right? One thing that we got to stop doing, it's a couple things we as a people got to stop doing when the police pull you over. I'm not telling you it's something that I don't know. Talking to, I'm still certified as a police officer. I'm still certified in law enforcement. I was trained in it, all that good stuff. Did it for years. I'm telling you from experience, you know, from what I know, from what I did, from what I've experienced around other officers. I still got some brothers who are in the truth. They're still officers. Now, I still know a lot of the officers. You know, some I still talk to, some I don't rock with at all, right? So here's the thing. There are some things you got to do when you get stopped. First off, you got to remember who you are. You know, all that watching YouTube videos and, you know, thinking you're going to get away with what the white people get away with. You're not. You're not. As a black police officer, I can't get away with the stuff the white police officer. So you're not going to get away with that. First things first, when you get pulled over, first things first, that is not a damn courtroom. All this, I know my rights, and you can't do this, and you all listen. When they stop you, the only thing they're going to do is stop you and go off of why they stopped you. Ran the stop sign, ran the red light, whatever the case may be. That's it. Our people keep jumping out here trying to say, well, I know my rights, and you're trying to fight a court case on the street. First off, some of these officers are already looking for a reason to put one in you. Don't give them a reason. We're looking at situations where, hell, no reason was even needed, and they're still doing it. So don't help them out and then give them a reason, right? Before I became a police officer working on the streets, I was actually working inside the jail. I was a sheriff deputy. working inside the jail, and I heard a detention sergeant tell the whole group of, us new deputies, he wants to be the first jail sergeant get a confirmed kill, right? Man, open. This is how this is privilege, right? I don't. He didn't give a damn that the people in the room were minorities, so-called Hispanics, so-called blacks, whatever. He just said, I want to be the first one to get confirmed killed, and he didn't give a damn about who felt what. You know, I wasn't in the truth at the time, but I still had a reaction to it, and at that point, I was labeled a hothead. They kept their eye on me for that particular reason, right? Um, I'm not trying to. I'm gonna go back and look at y'all comments in a second, but it's just a couple things I want to say real quick. So I'm telling y'all something I know. You know what I mean? I started off as a paramedic, and I worked in the jail as a sheriff deputy, and I also worked on the street as a police officer, right? So, all right. So when you get pulled over, don't be trying to fight a court case out there. You know what I mean? I've had people tell me before, I know my rights, and me, I'd be like, well, what are they? And then you're gonna go blank because most people think their rights are what you think should be right. The law ain't always what you think should be right. For example, slavery was legal at one point. Do you think it was right? Okay. So what you think should be right is 9 times out of 10 is not even lawful. That's where people mess up when they don't know the law. Now you're gonna get out here and debate with this officer who only has this much knowledge of the law because the only law he was trained on was, well, at the red light, if it's this color, they're supposed to stop it. Stop sign is supposed to stop here. Well, this is the elements of a crime, and this as far as stealing or as far as murder, things of that nature. Now, when you start debating law and things of that nature, that officer ain't know what you're talking about. He's not a lawyer. Lawyers study law. You're trying to debate law with somebody who don't study law, but they know you ran the red light. All they care about. Now, that being said, do not debate your case on the street. Whatever the man asking you to do, listen. And I ain't telling you, and some of us got pride. I ain't telling you be like, oh man, I ain't no bitch. Listen, go home at night. Go home. Make sure you make it home. You got a wife and kids, make sure you make it home. A lot of these cats are looking for a reason. Don't give it to them. So if you're stopped, what should you do? Comply. Even if you're asked to do something that you don't agree with, comply. Even if you say, hey, I'm doing this under duress. I don't agree with this. I'm doing it under duress. If you're asked to step out of a car, here's where a lot of brothers and sisters go wrong. Why? Why I got to get out? Now, if you know, look up the Supreme Court case, U.S. versus Sanders. You're going to find out that an officer can actually tell you to step out the car if he deems it necessary for his safety and for yours. So when you start debating about, I ain't got to step out, what I did, I ain't do nothing, you're just playing right into their hands because you're going to try and take this to court. If you make it to court, you're going to try to take it to court and you're going to lose because the Supreme Court's already ruled that if they ask you to step out, you got to step out. Plain and simple. That Supreme Court case has already been ruled upon. So when you're asked, even if you don't feel like you should, I don't agree with the Supreme Court case. Why I got to step out? You know what? All right, I'm going to get out. Make sure your hands are visible. Make sure your hands are visible because we see time and time again, there's no reason needed. I'm repeating this. I'm beating this dead horse. There's no reason needed. Make sure your hands are visible. And if you don't want to get out the car, just simply say, I'm getting out, but I'm doing it under duress. Anything that you're doing under duress. All right. I don't agree, but I'm going to comply. Because if there is something wrong that the officer is doing, that's not your court. Take notes. Have your phone recording live, sit on your seat so what volume can be heard, have somebody else recording it, whatever the case may be. And when you speak, speak loudly. They may ask you why you're speaking so loud. Speak loudly. Whatever you're saying. Do you have your driver's license? Yes, I do. Speak loudly because if there's somebody around you, they're going to hear. They're going to hear. You want everything to be heard. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Police officers police according to their experience. Police officers police according to their experience. How do I know? This came on here. You're talking to a police officer. Just recently resigned my position. You're talking to a police officer. A police officer is going to police according to his experience. What does that even mean? That means this. When I first moved to Georgia, me and my wife, we had a setback in funds, right? And when you move and you bring your car into Georgia from whatever state you're coming from, you got to pay that tax on the car. Well, since we had a setback in funds, we couldn't really afford to break that bread for, to get the registration switched over to Georgia. So my wife and myself, we rode on expired registration for a long time. My wife went well over a year. I went closer to a year. And we weren't able to get the car registered in Georgia for a good minute. And so what happens is, if I'm out and I'm patrolling and the car has an expired registration, I don't write those tickets. Why? Because I know the struggle. I know I've been there myself. I'd be a pure hypocrite to get out here and write this ticket for this car having an expired registration when I know I struggled through that thing myself. Why? That's my experience. Police, according to their experience. What you got to keep in mind when you getting stopped is, are you stopped by a police officer who's policing, that knows your struggle, that know what you've been through? A lot of times you're not. You're being pulled over by somebody who grew up in mom and dad's house, went to college, got their degree, became a police officer. Never had any troubles or whatever in life. Don't care if your tag expired, whatever the case may be. None of that. Never been punched in the face before. That is a big thing. That is bigger than you will understand. The reason I even bring that up, when I was training, we had to combat. We had literally had a drill. We had to let somebody. This may sound crazy to you, but we literally had a drill. We had to let somebody punch us in our face multiple times. Only thing we could do is kind of head bob. We couldn't hit them back. We couldn't put our hands up. They were just sitting there punching us in our face. It's crazy that sound. Why? What was the point behind that? The point behind that was to teach us, if you get punched in the face, it's not the end of the world. Learn how to recover. Which in turn internalizes that the first thing in your mind is you don't have to grab a gun. A lot of these dudes cannot fight. Scary. And you punch them in the face, it's their first time getting punched in the face, and they want to shoot you. Now, that's just the fact of the matter is. Now, you got these individuals who grew up in mom and dad's house, never had any type of experience whatsoever in life. Now they're policing you. You're frustrated. You're going through hell right now. And now you're trying to debate with somebody and convince somebody of something that they probably don't care about, two, never experienced. That's what you got to understand. You're being policed by somebody who police will police according to their experience. So if you get stopped by that particular person, that is not the place to be debating your case. All right. If you guys are familiar with the situation up here in Atlanta, where the brother was DUI, and then when they went to take him to jail, he went to tussling and fighting. Now you might say, "Oh, he shot him in the back." Yeah, shot him in the back, and probably would have shot him in the head anywhere else if they could have. You know what I'm saying? Was the police wrong? Should they shot him in the back? But here's the thing with our people: stop putting yourself in positions that gonna get you shot in the back. Don't put your. Am I saying the brother should have been shot? For anybody who taking my words out of context, no. What I'm saying is, we as people put ourselves in positions a lot of time that we shouldn't be in, that we don't need to be in. All right. So if the man say, "Hey, put your hands behind your back," what's the scripture that was it Christ? I think it said, "Agree with your adversary quickly." You know what I'm saying? If the man say, "Turn around and put your hands behind your back," listen, turn around and put your hands behind your back. Live to make it to court. All right. Live to fight your case. Why? You know what I'm saying? You don't know how many times I came across brothers on the street and I'm talking to them. I'm like, "Look, bro, I'm trying to talk to you. Hear me out. When the other 20 cars pull up, it's going to be too late at that point. Just relax, chill. But our people sometimes, man, we so feisty, man. It's like, just don't give a damn. You know, sometimes you try to talk to them in code. You're like, hint. Yeah, yo, shut up. Hint. Listen to me. They don't. Nah. We're not registering that. So what I'm saying is, don't put yourself in a position where somebody who already hates you, and I'm not saying every police out there want to hate and want to kill everybody, but you never know who pulled you over. Don't put yourself in a position where you don't go home. You go into a morgue. All the rioting and looting in the world, all the busting out the windows and stealing TVs out of Target ain't going to bring you back. You done at that point. Comply. Put your hands behind your back. Hey, I don't agree with that, but under duress, I would do that. You put your hands behind your back. You can state as much as you want because all that stuff going to be recorded. What you don't agree with, do that. Comply. Stop fighting your court case on the street. The police officer don't give a damn about your court case. He only give a damn about what he's telling you to do. Some of these dudes are straight power tripping. Straight power tripping. Trust me, I worked with a couple of them. Want to punch a couple of them in the face a few times. I'll be real with you. Straight power tripping. So when you get out there and now they feel like you're testing their authority, guess what? Police officers are trained to always one-up you. When I was going through training, and not only was I went through training, I reached a level where I actually trained police officers. I trained them, so whatever we had to learn, I was teaching the police officers that particular training. So I'm telling you what I know, not what I heard. So whenever there's something that you do, I'm trained to one up you. Police officers trained to one up you. So if you punch the police officer, he's trained to either hit you with a baton or tase you. If you try and get a weapon, now he's trained to pull his gun. It's always going to be whatever your force is, the police officer's response is going to be a level ahead of yours. So whenever you start tussling and pulling back, you know what he's going to do? Now he's going to try and hit you and take you down. What's that going to make you do? You're going to tussle harder. Now we in a situation where somebody just got shot. Don't put yourself in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Do not do it. I teach my family when they get pulled over, you know what I'm saying? For example, if you get pulled over, some states still ask for license and registration. In Georgia, we can run your tag. We got all your information. I got your driver's license pictures. I got your registration. I got your phone number. A lot of times I got your social security card number. I got all that just by running your tag. But some states still ask for a driver's license and registration. If you still live in one of those states where they ask for driver's license and registration, there is nothing wrong with it. Do not keep your registration in your glove compartment. Take that registration and put it on your visor. Keep that registration right there. So now when you get stopped, your hands is on the steering wheel. See if I can get some space. Your hands are on the, y'all still hear me with this mic over here? Y'all hands are on the steering wheel right here. So if you're asked to go and get your registration, now you don't have to reach. Did y'all see the case where the brother in North Carolina got out of the car, officer said, get your license. He reached, officer shot, there was a state trooper, shot him, like 3 or 4 times. He's like, you shot me, why'd you shoot me? He said, what you reaching for? He's like, you told me to get my license. Well, let's eliminate that. Take that registration, put it right there in the visor. Your hands here. Do you have your registration? Yes, sir. It's right there on the visor. I'm going to grab it. That easy. If you can, if it ain't too much trouble, put your license and registration right there. That way, if your license in your wallet, you ain't got to reach down by your hip. There's no giving them. What I'm telling you is give no excuses. Right? Is this going to guarantee everything? No. But it takes away all excuses, makes it less likely for you can go in here and beat this case. But we know where we at. We know who we are. We know how we've been oppressed. But just eliminate the excuses. Your hands there, reach right there, get the registration, give it to them. You never reached for anything. If you riding with your weapon, if you have a concealed carry permit, do not, let me say this. You can lawfully do what you want to do. By law, you can do what you want to do by law. But remember, the laws weren't written for you, all right? The laws were not written for you. So if the law says you can ride with your weapon any way, place, or how you want it in your car, that's what the law says. At least up here in Georgia, you can have it any way you want it. The car is an extension of your home. You can have it on your person. You don't need a concealed weapons permit. You can have it on your person, under your shirt, in your car, under your seat, on the dashboard. It could be anywhere you want it. That's what the law says. Remember, it don't always work out for you, though. Don't watch the YouTube videos or what Mr. Joe Blow White guy did and think you're going to go out there and do it. If you have your gun in your car, best place, if I'm riding with my weapon and I get pulled over, I'm not going to have it with me. Like you have an option. You can tell the officer you got a weapon in the car. You don't have to tell the officer you got a weapon in the car. Now, if they ask you, you can tell them. You can really tell them that's my personal business. Yeah, if you don't have a reason, or I don't have to tell you that. At that point, they might ask you to step out, but you don't have to tell them that. Just remember, these things weren't written for you. So if the white guy did, it might not work for you. If you're riding in a car, you have a weapon, put it in a position or a place where, first off, it ain't going to be visible. Why? Because if it's visible, he look in there, you never know who you're dealing with. All right? Now, if an officer ever tells you, he does ask you decide to say, yeah, I got a weapon in the car, I'm going to comply and tell you, yeah, I got a gun in here. If he says, hey, do you mind stepping out the car? Do that. All right, no worries, I step out. If officer say, hey, you might go ahead and reach in and hand it to me. Nah, I don't think, it ain't too many officers that's, will even do that, but there are a few that will. I don't know why, but they will. But if you ever ask that, hand it to me. No, sir. You can get it yourself. I don't mind if you come over here. You can get it yourself. Matter of fact, I'll step out, let you get it. Whatever, how you feel safe. But I'm not going to reach over there, and I'm not going to grab it, and I'm not going to hand it. All right. And you got to keep that in mind now, because you never know if you're dealing with a senior officer or a rookie officer. I had one rookie officer I was training, and guy had a gun. He had it on his front seat, and I'm talking at the window. I'm talking to the driver, and the rookie, he saw a gun. He was startled, and all the hand signals started. You know what I'm saying? Everything started from that point. And I looked at him, and I'm like, he's cool. He ain't reaching for no gun. He good. That's your right. That's your lawful right. But you're not going to deal with everybody who has that mindset. Remember, police according to their experience. Everybody I policed is everybody I grew up around. So when we in the hoods, that's where you think I grew up from. Where I'm not automatically nervous when I walk around in the hood somewhere. But you got to remember, there's some officers that are. And their first reaction is not to grab a baton. It's not to grab a taser. It's to grab that gun. You know what I mean? So again, if you get stopped, have your paperwork in the proper position where you can simply grab it. I suggest off of the visor. License registration right here, if you live in that state where they still ask for that, and just hand it to them, because all it takes is a simple 6 to 12-inch movement and hand them license registration. There is no excuse on that at that point. If you got your gun on you and you do have a concealed weapons permit, I suggest have it in your car somewhere where it's not visible. And if you have a concealed weapons, when you stop going to where you're going, put it and conceal it at that point. And you're doing that just in case you get stopped, And if you are actually got the car, the gun's not right there on you, so they don't have an excuse to say, oh, he was reaching for a gun. Or if they come to your car, and they see a gun, they're not instantly nervous. Because I'm being real with you. A lot of these dudes some punks. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, man. I was actually, well, there's something we have to clear a house. If a resident comes home and her front door is open and she like, I ain't do that. I think somebody broke in my house. Well, in order for this lady to go in the house and be peaceful in the house, we have to go in there, guns out. We got to clear, make sure nobody's in this house. Make sure the burglar's still not in here. Make sure he's not a rapist just waiting for her to come in and attack her or something. So we go in there, we go from room to room, room to room. Sometimes when we did this, it was pitch black, and there's it's a tactical way you got to do it, And if you're not tactically sound, you're gonna end up shooting yourself or shooting your partner. So you got to be trained. You got to know what you're doing when you're going in there. And so I've dealt with officers when it's time to go in and you're going with guns drawn and you're looking from room to room and it's pitch black in there. You got your little flashlight. I've looked at the hands of some officers, and this is what you're seeing. They're shaking. I've had to tell certain officers, hey, no. Hey, listen, you fall back, hold out here. Hey, you go with me. Because why? He's scared. He's scared. And I didn't want to get shot in the back. I want to come see my wife and kids. So with that being said, you have these same officers who are scared pulling you over sometimes. And trust me, when they say they fear for their life, a lot of times they're telling the truth. They're scared. Now, do they have a reason to fear for? No. You got no reason to fear for your life. But, they look at you and be like, oh, I'm scared. They're really scared. And so they're already on alert. Don't get out there trying to fight a court case. If you think the officer is wrong or whatever he's doing, all right, officer, I don't agree. Oh, you want me to sign here? Okay, I'll sign there. I'm letting you know I don't agree. Or step out. Okay, I don't agree with that. I'll do it under duress. But just continue to comply. Because if you don't, you're going to give more of a reason for you not to make it home. And we've seen this more and more and more. Don't put yourself in that position. I pulled over a brother one time. His brother, he was a young brother. He was young. He was like maybe 22 or 23. And he had his grandmother, and I'm assuming it was his grandmother. She like his grandmother, and his little sister in the back seat. And so I walk up to the vehicle, and when I got there, he was sitting like with his hands almost to the roof of the car, the ceiling of the car, and his head slightly down. Almost looked like he was praying. He probably was praying. I'm not even sure if he was praying or not, but it almost looked like he was praying. And I'm talking to him. I'm like, hey, he had ran a 4-way stop sign. I mean, you come up to the stop sign, you slow down. Even if you slow roll through it, make sure you clear it. I'm good with that. but he blew right through that joker. Woo! And that was like near the school, kids can get ran over or whatever. So I stopped him to let him know, hey, did you ran through the stop sign? Like you didn't even touch your brake. You went through a stop sign like 30, 40 miles per hour. And he was like, oh, no, sir, I didn't even see it. And I believed him because I think if he would have saw it, he would at least slow it down. But what stood out to me on that call was he was scared. Normally, when I go to a call and it's a brother, when they see another brother show up that's an officer, they get somewhat relief. I've been on calls with brothers like, oh man, I'm glad you're here. And I've been told that so many times. But this particular brother was scared. He was scared. And he kept his hands up and his head slightly down. And I never relieved his fear. I never told him, man, put your hands down, it's okay. I let him stay just like that the whole time, and I did it for a reason. And so I was like, I talked to him. I got his license, not his registration, but his driver's license. I went back to the car, and I didn't give him a ticket. I gave him a warning, like, man, just make sure you pay attention to stop signs. You could tell he wasn't that experienced of a driver. Probably grandma was letting him drive or whatnot. But the reason I never put him at ease, because that fear in him complying with everything may save his life one day. Sad to say, but that fear in him complying with everything may save his life one day, because he was very, very cooperative. He complied, and so I didn't want to put him at that ease and be like, oh man, it's officer cool, man. Police officers ain't that bad, and there are a lot of good officers out there. I ain't trying to bash every officer, but I'm giving you specific advice. I didn't want him to get to that point where he thought it'd just be so relaxed, and then he did get stopped by the wrong one and think, everything just cool and you just so free going, and then things go left real quickly. So, I just wanted to say this real quick. Our people, we have to realize, you're not that guy on YouTube when the police ask him a question, he said, I don't answer questions. I don't know if y'all saw them videos. He's real popular. I don't answer questions. You're not him. All right? You probably can get away in a lot of cases without answering questions, but the whole debating thing, when I get out the car, why I gotta get out the car, listen. Okay, you're not gonna get out the car. They're just gonna call 5 more cars and they're gonna snatch you out the car. And at the point, you don't know which way it's going, left or right. I'm gonna tell you another example when I was training, and this is the crazy part. You have a lot of senior officers do the same thing. When I was training, they put us. It was 4 of us. They made us go inside. We went inside the jail. And it was just a bunch of officers and deputies inside the jail, and it was probably like, I don't know, I want to say about 50 of them. And when we walked in there, everybody was just going crazy. They had sticks and bats and flipping chairs and throwing crap, and you had to learn how to control the situation. So we had this one deputy, and she was acting like like she was a person locked up. So we took her down to the ground, and I'm telling her to give me your hands, and she was like, I'm trying to. So I'm like, give me your hands. And she's like, I'm trying to. And so when the whole scenario was over, now I don't, I bowed her a couple times, give me your hands, you know what I'm saying? Because we're taught to, hit pressure points to get your hands behind your back and handcuff her. So I'm like, so when it was all over, so she put us to the side. She was like, all right, here's what you got to keep in mind. It was me and it was another brother. And I'm 6'3.5". I'm 230 now, but I was like 240 then. 6'3.5", 240 at the time. Brother that was with me was like 6'5", and he probably like 250, big dude. He was straight muscle, right? So we on her back, to give me your hands. So she said, this is what you got to understand. You were saying, give me your hands, and I was literally trying to give you hands, but what you weren't thinking in your mind was, you 2 big guys, I'm a little female, and both of y'all weight is on me. How did you expect me to give you mine? I'm like, and thinking about that, I'm like, damn, that's true. The point I'm trying to make is, I did that in training as a rookie, learning this stuff. You got senior officers sometimes with the same rookie mindset. If you get yourself in that position where now they pouncing on you, talking about, give me your hands, and you might be trying to comply at that point because you ain't trying to get that type of smoke, right? Now you're trying to comply, but you can't even comply. Next thing you know, you tased, beat, or shot. And you trying to comply the whole time. But what's going to happen? Well, the video going to show initially he wasn't complying, so therefore he continued to not comply. A lot of those people on those videos, at certain points, I'm looking at it. I look at the video different. I'm looking at it like, he can't put his hands behind his back. He can't put his hands behind his back. He's trying to, and I can see this because of, my training. I can see this because me having to learn that keep that in mind when I'm talking to rookie officers I'm training. You know, it's like anybody who ever played football or basketball. When you watch the football games, yeah, you watching to see who win. Yeah, you watching as a fan of the game, but you're watching to see if the quarterback did this 3-step drop right, or looking at this shooting guard. Is his how look at his shot form? Is it good? You're looking at those things because you're experiencing those things, and that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at these videos. Like, yeah, the brother probably ain't want to get the car at first, but after everything started going down, he was in a position where he probably wanted to comply. He couldn't because why? They pressure on his back. But all you hear is, give me your hands, give me your hands, pop, 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 pop. And they beating his ass now at this point, but he can't comply. Don't put yourself in them situations. Comply from the start. Too many of us dying out here. Too many of us dying out here. Might say, well, why did you stop being a police officer? Because it wasn't fruitful. Let me explain what I mean by that. Because I can go into the hoods, and I was well known. I wasn't famous enough, but people knew me. They knew me, and I could talk to people. I could talk to the little young bucks on the street, and I can go to, hey man, you know you're the most highest chosen people, right? Like you the real. And I don't want the calls where just talking about that de-escalated a lot of situations. People get interested. You talking to them, right? It got to the point where I can't do that no more. I can't do that no more. I can't agree with everything that's going on. Now when people look at me, it don't matter that I'm 6'3.5", 230, and the person who actually did the unjust shooting was 5'11", white man, 150 pounds. We're all looked at the same. I ain't trying to be looked the same as that same way. It's not having the same benefit. I've worked with the youth for a long time, even way back in my dad's church. My dad was a pastor for years, and back then I used to work with my mother with the youth. We dealt with a lot of youth, straight through the hoods, and like we dealt with a lot. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with children, like some of my kids that was really going through some stuff, right, and dealing with things. So that's what I'm accustomed to dealing with. Trying to help, even before I even knew what the truth was, trying to help our people. And when I became an officer, that's what I was doing. I was doing the same thing. But it got to the point where I couldn't even do that no more. I was driving down the road one day, and I seen, it was just a little boy walking, and it was about 3, maybe 4 girls. They were all walking down the street. Now, this kid, he's about 16, I think he is. Probably 17 now. But he was walking, and I saw him walking, and I turned around and hit a U-turn in the road. I knew who he was because I had a call with him before at his grandma's house. She called the police. I showed up, him and his little cousins, and they was over there being little knuckleheads. But I go over there, I talk to him, you know what I'm saying? You shoot the breeze with him, you know what I'm saying? Tell him I come play ball with him, whatever, you know what I'm saying? If you're frustrated, give him my car. Hey, call me, you know what I'm saying? Don't give your grandma no hassle, call me. That's how you got to deal with, you know what I'm saying, the younger generation. Let them know they got somebody to talk to on the way out. And I did that. And he got to know me, so everywhere I go, if I see him somewhere at the store, he's screaming across the parking lot when he see me. He's excited to see me, right? So I'm driving down the road one day, and I hit a U-turn because I saw him, and I was just gonna go back to talk to him. So I hit a U-turn, and as I turned the car around, got all the way turned around, I saw him, but he was in the field. He was gone, right? He was gone. So I pulled into the parking lot, and I got out the car, and I'm just looking at him, and I asked the little girls, I said, "Why are you running?" And she's like, "I don't know." And so she started calling him. I mean, I ain't gonna say his name, but she started calling him, and he running, and she calling him, and he looked back. And when he looked back, he saw it was me, and he was like, "Oh!" And he was relieved. He stopped running, came all the way back, and I said, "Man, what you running for?" His first response was, "Man, I'm black." Mind you, he ain't do nothing wrong. He ain't do nothing wrong. Ain't commit no crime. Now somebody might try and say, "Well, maybe he did. You just didn't know." Well, ain't no calls come in on nothing wrong, so he ain't do nothing wrong. But when he seen the police turn around, he just assumed, like, man, he was just scared. That's all this little boy was scared. He was just scared, And I ain't gonna lie, that bothered me. That really bothered me. The fact that that's what our children deal with. You know what I'm saying? I think the Most High, that when he saw it was me, he felt like, oh, okay, I can go talk to him. You know what I'm saying? That let me know that at least I've been doing something out there. You know what I mean? Every day I go to work, I pray to the Most High, help me deal righteously with your people. And when he looked back and he saw it was me, he came back, and I talked to him. I like, man, I try not to show him like man, that broke my heart, because why are our children dealing with stuff like that? Why parents got to prep their children to go to the grocery store, go to the basketball court, making sure your child come back home. You know what I'm saying? You you gotta make sure your child come back home. I gotta teach you how to go outside, and just in case this happens, that's we can read in the curses, man. We're gonna be fearing for our life. Gotta teach you how to go to the store. Hope you come back home. My sister, my nephew, about 23, and I talked to her, and she has that same fear. So my nephew get the car and go to the store, and a brother was a police officer at the time. She still had the same fear. You know what I'm saying? So that's it's a reality we deal with, and it don't matter, and don't think just because Fire, you was a police officer. I know you had it good. Nah, man. I was a nigga with a uniform. That's what it was. Which is why I tried to use that little platform to help my people, much as I possibly could. Unfortunately, some of our people you just can't help them, but they don't. When I was being trained, I first went out to the road being trained. Here's one of the it was true, but it was sickening. I mean, I don't know if sickening is the right word, but it was sad at the very least. The white officer was training me, the white guy. He says, "You're gonna have more trouble in the hoods than I am." And what he was talking about was when we go through the hoods, I'm gonna go through there. I ain't gonna have no problems. You go through, they can have problems. So what did he mean by that? And I never debated him because I knew he was telling the truth. What did he mean by that? That I'm gonna have problems, but he's not. And if we get out, if you were out there, you can see it. You know, just like our people, what I'm saying? They see massa coming. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Brother better not say nothing though. Hey man, you ain't supposed to be going, you going the wrong way on the road. Man, fuck you talking. Like, you get lip, you get feedback. And I got a little bit of that when I first started. Two things you got to do. One, you got to hold your ground and be a grown man. But two, you can't come at them in such a way where it's a challenge. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to gain respect. Now, over time, I gained respect. Because people saw that I ain't here to mess with you. I ain't here to, what I mean. Yeah, I get what's going on. I get even some of my own brothers put on the uniform when we go Coon City. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't what I'm here for. That ain't what I'm here for. I go out to the apartment complexes. The way I introduce myself to the parents, if I see the kids outside, I stop and get out with the kids. We be out there playing, right? I be playing with the kids. I mean, y'all don't know me. I gotta play for side to So I be out there playing with the kids, and then the parents come out, be like, "Hey, everything all right?" Like, "Yeah, man, we're just playing," which makes the parents feel comfortable enough. We starting conversation like we have regular conversation. That's the way I think it should be done. I don't think nothing in itself is wrong with policing. It's just how it's being done. And one thing that frustrated me about our own people was the fact that we discouraged all the brothers from being the police. Oh, don't be a police. Oh, you're Uncle Tom, you're a coon, you're a sellout. And when I first came into this truth, that was one of my thoughts. Like, man, I think I should get this profession up. Although I wasn't one of the ones out here harming our people. I'm actually having a good time, and the people love me. I love the people, and it was given to me like this: do you love your people? And I was like, of course I love my people. Why would you then? Why would you vacate a position? I don't know if y'all still can hear me. My restart this. Y'all see me now? All right, there we go. There we go. I can still hear me. So I was asked, why would you vacate a position, leave that position open, when if you stopped your brother can make it home at night, but yet you leave that position open for the exact word was a racist white boy to feel it, your brother possibly not make it home that night. And I thought about that. Like, yeah, that don't make sense. Like, if we're saying that, they beating us and killing us, why don't we occupy the positions then? Why don't we get it? Why don't we start doing these things? But our people discourage brothers from doing that. And now, so a brother be like, you know what? I wouldn't mind being a police officer, but yeah, I'll be a coon or Uncle Tom and this and that, this and that. Don't listen to that. I mean, at this point in time, I'm not going to advise it. But then I was trying to get more brothers to come in because let us police ourselves. and trying to tell brothers to stop discouraging, you know what I'm saying, these brothers from doing this. Because if you just say, okay, well, we're not gonna do it, we're gonna leave that open, or we're gonna quit the jobs. Well, guess who the hell gonna fill them? Saw Moab and the rest of them. The ones who don't like you, hate you, and want you to disappear. That's who's gonna be filling those positions. So why are you discouraging brothers who got love for their people? So listen, people like be like, well, you're working with the enemy. All right, well, your front door get kicked in. Who you gonna call? Damn sure ain't Ghostbusters. Who you gonna call somebody? You gonna call that same enemy that you hate? Why not have your own brother show up? So you know that like I seen a couple videos where lady called police because her son is some sort mentally challenged, and police show up, end up shooting the boy. Like you don't know you don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why won't you have your people? And people like they make this big thing like, oh, your officer, that's kind of weird. Well, read your Bible. Do you not know we had officers in the land? We think we just running around with no law enforcement whatsoever? Anyone you got a word search? Google officer. I mean, go in your Bible app, word search officer. You know, we had officers in the land. This is not fairy tale. So you want the people there who are going to have your best interest in mind. I just came to the reality that us as Israel, we're not going to do that. We're not going to think on that level. We're going to think we're just angry. We're just angry. Of course, we have a right to be angry, but we're angry, and it's misplaced. We put it on each other. I read something earlier. Yep, it was a meme for all you meme haters. It made a lot of sense. It says the forest was is this the one I'm looking for? Hold on. The forest was shrinking, but the trees kept voting for the axe because its handle was wooden and they thought it was one of them. All right, so we are quick to run and we get in this voting process because we think people of other nations gonna save us. You know what I'm saying? Like the guy told me when he was training me, it's gonna be hard for you, but it's gonna be easy for me. Why? To welcome him in. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason. You know, do you think they look like one of us? Do you think they act like one of us? They say have the same beliefs, but that one that is one of you, that's the one you're gonna discourage. Although the other ones are clearly killing you and chopping you down and beating the hell out of you, you're gonna discourage the brother who's not doing that. You know, it's I can give you a lot of situations where I give you a lot of situations where I think had I not been on scene, it could have went a whole another direction to have. And unfortunately, a lot now, you know, I'm not gonna be on scene anymore. So most high prayers, you know, most high still protect our people. Um, but that's where we at. My whole thing is I just want to tell you, man, just be careful. Know that there is a way to act. You can't just get out the car and be like, I ain't gonna do this, I ain't gonna do that. Listen, you're going to do it one way or the other. You know what I mean? All this nonsense about, you know, and then, you know, we want to scream and, you know, Esau, you gonna die. We gonna kill. You know what? That's like the prisoner telling the prison guard when he walked by, "I'm gonna kill you when I got this cage." Well, guess what? He just ain't gonna never let you out. Let's have some common sense. You're in your captivity, but a lot of us like to think that we got privilege. We ain't got no privilege. And I ain't saying that they just. And let's not get what I'm saying misconstrued. I ain't saying just bow down, humble down, and just let them trample all over you. I'm telling you to be smart. I'm telling you to be aware that you could be dealing with a person who literally wants to harm you in whichever way. Be smart. Be smart. Right? I want to read before I get off of here. Read a couple of these. There's a few comments. I ain't catch them all. Wise as a Judah lion, wise as a serpent, as humble as a dove. Exactly, and that's basically what I'm trying to get you to say, and that's the perfect scripture right there. Be wise. Be wise. You got to be humble because And like I say, man, it's just you see. There was another meme I saw, and it was the boy Dylan Ruth, and he was in the back seat of the police car with a picture of a black guy. I don't know who this brother was, who they painted image was, but Dylan Ruth was back there eating a Whopper, I think, and the brother was back there beat the hell up with handcuffs on, and brother asked Dylan Ruth, "What you here for?" He's like, "Oh, I killed people in the church." "What you here for?" "Oh, my tag light was out." That's a reality. That's really a reality. We got to understand that that's a reality. So when you get pulled over, listen, again, when you get pulled over, have your hands on the steering wheel. If you live in a state where they still collect registration and your license, put your license right in the visor. License registration, wow, there you go. You know what I'm saying? That's simple. Now you ain't gotta reach over. Now he's looking in your car. All right, make sure you ain't gonna come out with nothing. Oh, pow, pow, pow. No, man, I just moved my cell phone out the way. Why'd you shoot me? That's a cell phone. It looked like a gun. You know, to some of these officers, I'm telling you, I gave y'all an example earlier about some of these officers being scary. Some of these officers, anything look like a gun. You know what I'm saying? Walk in there and pick this up if you want to, get shot up. Look like a bazooka. I'm saying. It ain't funny, but that's our reality. You can't do that. You can be smart. Right here, license registration. Bye. Don't be. Some of our brothers, man, we just prideful as hell, and I'm too manly, I'm too macho, man. Forget all that. Forget all that. Now it's not your time. You have a time coming, and today ain't it though. Today ain't it. Ezekiel 25:14 ain't happened yet. Y'all know what that is? Read it. Ezekiel 25:14 is not happened yet, but it's coming. It's coming. But until then, serve out your captivity. You know what I mean? And when I say serve out your captivity, what I mean is, listen, don't put yourself in positions where you're gonna get yourself hurt, right? Or worse. Now somebody gotta make funeral arrangements because you had too much pride. Don't put yourself in that position. Um, they talking about defund the police, like moves about that lie. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now, I don't think that's not the answer because you always have police everywhere. You got some dirty motherfuckers out there, but they've been there. They always have police. If you defund the police, now let's defund the police. Like let's say we got the police department in a particular area. I've actually seen the city that took away the police department, and then they had a sheriff office that come through every now and then. And it's a place in Palm Beach County, Florida, just like that. Place in Palm Beach County, Florida, just like that. And well, all that gonna do is ain't no police because you know us as black people, we ain't policing ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We not gonna do it. Although we should. We're not gonna do it. Only thing we gonna see is opportunity. Oh yeah, boy, that nigga over there. Oh yeah, you been talking that smack. Oh yeah, yeah. Ain't no police around now. Oh, you know, we wicked as a people, man. We could be very wicked. I don't think defunding is best option. If I can catch a couple more comments off of here. Yeah, say this is brother. This is one of the best YouTube video advices yet I've heard today. Help keep our young people alive. I thank the Most High for you. I have sons and will pass this video on to them. Praise Yah. All praises. All praises. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Like I say, man, we want to keep our people safe. We gotta definitely like advise our people get stopped, and that police officer don't know what I seen one video. They was like, "Where's the corpus electi? Where's the corpus electi?" I'm like, police is like, "Who?" Anyway, lady, get out the car. He didn't know what the hell she was talking about. You know what I mean? And that's what we can't be doing. Them court case, they're not lawyers. Police officers are not lawyers. All right, why'd you stop me? Ran a red light. Okay, okay, cool. Did you run a red? I didn't run a red light, but if that's what you observed, you have your right on that ticket. There's a date where you can go into a court and you can dispute it. That's what you need to do. Don't dispute it right there on the side of the road. That dispute gonna lead to something else, especially if this one of these officers who high up on himself because he got that badge. Man, if he's one of those, listen. Let me advise you how easy it is to stop your car. Let me advise you how easy it is. And to get in your car. It's really easy. All right. So there are certain laws, I believe, that were only written so that we can have access, so that an officer can have access. For example, your tag light. All right. If I want to stop you, most tag lights go out all the time. You don't know when your tag light went out. Matter of fact, if your tag light was on when you got in the car, but you shut your door and you had to short your wire and it flickered and went out and I'm behind you, I could pull you over. Your tag light's out. Failure to maintain lane. All I gotta do is stay behind you. Who has not hit the damn white line in their life? And I'm all over that mother all the time. Behind you, what? Oh, the edge of that tire hit the light, hit the lane, turn the lights on, bloop, bloop, pull over. That's how easy it is for you to get stopped. That's how easy it is. Now, the point I'm making is when you're dealing with a power tripping, power hungry guy, an officer, it's easy to find something. There are so many laws in this United States of America. There's so many laws that there was laws I didn't even know it existed until I became a police. I was like, what? That's a, it was stuff I wasn't pushing. I ain't finna pull nobody over for that because I ain't know that myself. There's no way I would, had I not taken up this career, I would have never knew that. Again, remember, police according to their experience. My experience, I never knew that, so I definitely could have got stopped for that at any time. So therefore, I ain't finna push it on nobody else. But the point I'm making to you right now is that don't get out there trying to have a debate because if the man want to find something on you, you're gonna find something on you. And if he can't find nothing on you, just make it up. A lot of them be doing, right? So don't get out of debating. But it's just that easy. Just that easy to find something on a person, You ain't got everybody out there policing thinking, you know what? Most High watching me right now, so I better deal righteously. You ain't got people thinking that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got people thinking like, I was out there one day, my phone rung, it was my wife, I'm pick up, I'm talking to my wife on the phone, hello, yeah, okay. I'm driving now. We in a hands-free state. Driving, all right, put phone down. I know I ain't sitting it too long. Passed by a car, you know what I'm saying? She got the phone over there. What should I do? Pull her over? I just hung my phone up. You know what I'm saying? Most times, if you just pull past them, they're going to see you anyways. Oh, the police. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, you ain't got brothers that's policing ourselves trying to think on the righteous level like, hey, let's be real now. Let's be real. So, got guys that's power tripping and want to make points, prove how tough they are. I've worked with police officers where they was only tough when backup came. Only tough when backup came. Show up to the scene. I know what you got going on. Yeah, man, we got this over here. Come on over here. Yeah. All right. But when you go back and watch the whole video, he's sitting there nervous he showed up. So these same cats that's scared pulling you over. Don't make them more scary. Hey, ain't nothing worse than a scary dude with a gun. He will shoot you, as we see. A scary person with a gun will shoot you. Will shoot you. Rosemary Simpson say, if they look for it, it can be found. Yes, it can be found. Trust me, it can be found. And if it can't be found, it can be made up. I've definitely seen it be made up. Yeah, hey, Cedar Jake, I'm with you. Somebody made a suggestion where, what they say, if there were like, how'd it go? If you subtracted from a police officer's pension every time they had a unlawful use of force, and it came out their pension, it'd be a lot less. That's kind of a double sword, though. It's kind of a double whammy. But because those who were good officers or are good officers, and they do have to use the use of force, they're probably gonna make them hesitant on using use of force. And then it's a double whammy, but something need to be done. I definitely agree with that. Okay, so you say you support defunding the police, not dismantling. I agree. Hail Israel said, Matthew 5:25, agree with thine adversary quickly, while thou art in the way with him, lest he deliver lost out. Agree with thine adversary quickly, while thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge for death. What's that scripture in Ecclesiastes? Let me see if I can find it, where it actually talks about the man who has the power to kill. Ecclesiastes 9:13. Keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill. So shalt thou not doubt the fear of death, and if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and thou walkest upon the battlements of the city. Ecclesiasticus 9:13. Telling you, far from the man that had the power to kill. And we see police at this point in time in this country have the power to kill. That's what it is. It's the power to kill. Whenever you can kill and be found not guilty, that's the power to kill. Be careful. Hey, Judeline, I'm with you. Definitely with you. You got to. Listen, although I ain't the biggest fan of MLK, but he did say something that made a lot of sense. Man who is not a man who is scared to die for something isn't worth living for nothing. Through the line, I'm definitely with you. You got to defend that household. Hey, if you got wife and kids, you got to defend them, that lady and them babies, man. Definitely got to. Nothing should happen to your family that don't happen to you. Definitely, it's a definite must. Definite must. No, and I actually advise everybody. Hey, listen, if you haven't gotten so, I used to tell my wife all the time. Hey, listen, she never liked guns. You know what I do for a living? Like she ain't like guns, right? So I tell her, man, I'm gonna get you in the gun range, yada yada yada, and she never want to. And my kids used to go to a home daycare, and it was in a nice neighborhood, right? Very nice neighborhood, elderly couple, right? And go over there, and one day we going, and one of the houses had yellow tape all around it, and we like, man, what happened over here? And I was telling her, I say, look at this. So eventually we found out what happened. Home invasion. One girl got kidnapped. The other one got murdered. Very nice neighborhood. So I told my wife, if that can happen here, we was in the hood at the time. We was in where they're breaking in cars and all type of stuff. You gotta be careful walking in the house, look over your shoulder type deal. So I'm like, if it can happen here, it can happen anywhere. You don't want to, get you concealed, and you don't want to. You need to protect yourself. It's a wicked world. I advise everybody, go and get it. Get something. Get something small. Get something small. Protect yourself. I mean, at all times. At all times. You're like, man, you on a radio show. What you doing right now? At all times. Everywhere I go, I'm going to keep my protection at all times. You have to. At this point, especially up here around this time, it's like, you got cats just jumping out on cats. It's bad enough that they already killing us, but you got our brothers just jumping out, and it seems like it's like in their mindset. Because if y'all don't know this, the Atlanta police, they all kind of just, a lot of them quit. Then they stopped answering calls. No matter what happened, they weren't taking calls. And so again, a lot of us found that as an opportunity. And guess who started getting hurt? We did. So you got to protect yourself. I ain't one for, hurting nobody, but I don't feel like I should have to be hurt because, or my wife or my children should have to be hurt because you stupid. You know what I'm saying? Protect yourself. Protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't gonna have your best interest at heart. Everybody ain't gonna have that love for you. You know what I'm saying? And you women, you sisters, everybody don't think your baby's cute. The mama, she think everybody think my baby cute. Everybody think my baby cute. No, they don't. No, they don't. I learned that lesson a long time ago. I think I got the cutest babies in the world, and hey, listen, I got, and brothers don't take this the wrong way, but I got some real feminine sister-like qualities when it comes to my children. I'm that dude. I be in there taking pictures, and you know what I'm saying, and I'm just, man, I'm like daddy daycare when it comes to my babies. So, but I realize that everybody don't think my children cute. Everybody don't feel the same way about my kids I do. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be careful. We got to protect them. Let's say Luke 22. 36. Christ speaking. And that hath no sword, let him sell his garments and buy one. Yeah, Christ said, go get you a sword. Go and get you a sword. 22 and 36. Definitely. Um, other. I just thought about one time I was in a Walmart. I was just in there to buy me some batteries, man. I had to get some batteries for something. And I'm coming out the front, and like I said, I ain't the smallest guy in the world. The camera might make me look a little small, but I ain't the smallest guy in the world. And then when I put that vest and all that gear on, it really make you look bulked up, right? And then I had, the mask. Yeah, I started wearing the mask, and you can't see nothing but the top of my eyes. So it's kind of, when we put the mask on top of that, you can literally instantly see the difference in reactions dealing with people. Um, it was an intimidating look. You got this big dude walking towards you with a big mask on, and then you got the stigmatism of other police and there, all that type of stuff. And so I'm in Walmart like that one day, and I'm walking, and I go through the front after I'm paid for my batteries, and this sister, man, I tell you about sisters, man. Our sisters ain't scared of a damn thing. I walk up on brothers, and I don't walk up on nobody aggressively. I already told you how I police, but just the look. This dude 6'3.5" and 230 walking up, and then the gear make you look that much bigger. And he got on the mask. It was different. You got instant respect, and so I just be talking to people. You know what I mean? I was at Walmart, walk around, sister. Our sisters ain't scared of nothing. Whatever the Walmart people did, the staff did, but they pissed her the hell off. And she was letting them have it too. She was older, like she about, I don't know, like she about in her 60s, but she was giving it to them. And then her daughters was with her. They was like, "Mama, you better stop. They go to the police." She said, "The hell with the police." I look like that. I said, "This sister ain't scared of nothing, right?" I said, "The hell with the police." And she let them have it. And so when she started pushing her cart out, and when she came out, I said, "Sister, what's wrong with you, man?" And she was like, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "Sister, you too young to be tripping like this. What they do to you?" And this how I'm talking to her. I said, "You too young, all that." I said, "You gonna wrinkle that pretty little face. You better stop." So she laughed a little bit. And the daughter's like, "He gonna take you with him, Mama." I said, "Nah, she ain't going nowhere." I told her, I said, "You too young." Sister she was in her 60s. I'm telling her she young and she pretty. And I'm just talking to her. And by the time we got to that front door, she looked at me and she said, "Thank you, sir, for calming me down." It was just that easy. So I was like, no problem. Told her, shalom, went my way. Put my batteries in my little device I went to go get it for. And but that's how easy it is to de-escalate a situation if you know how to deal with people. Wrong person in there, the hell with the police. Hey, who are you talking to? And they go over there and shit go left field real quick, right? But that's how easy it was to de-escalate it. All you gotta do is have, just relax. You know what I'm saying? Know how to talk to people and relax. Hey, that sister was having it. Hey, boy, if I would have gotten to a scuffle with that sister today, she probably would have won. But that's just she was ready. She was ready. Well, I don't know. I still don't know to this day what the people did that later, but she was mad as hell. Mad as hell. It was funny too, cause she was a little old lady. She was hot too. But she was hot. I mean, when I say she was hot as fish grease. She was ready to fight. That being said, man, I'm gonna get ready to get off here. Listen, uh, I got any music requests. I'm gonna play a couple tracks off of here. Yeah, I open up the phone line. I never open it up. Yeah, it's been open the whole time. Y'all just ain't called. I'm gonna get ready to get off here. I got any music requests. Movies. Exactly. You say this scripture says, kind word turn away wrath. And this is exactly what happened. Gave her some kind words, and then she thanked me at the end for calming her down. And that's the way it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Calm her down, and you got now you don't know how many times I went to work, you're gonna go there and you gotta do your little group meeting and all this type of stuff, and all right, let's go lock some people up. What, bro? That's paperwork. I ain't what? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got to be locked up, you got to be locked up. You know what I mean? Because I know brothers be like, you know what I'm saying? One brother asked me, how you feel, you know what I'm saying, you in the truth and you locking your brothers up? You know, well, the question got to be asked, well, what if our brother just punched your sister in the face for them to go free? Or what if the brother just, you know what I'm saying, murdered a brother? Would you prefer him to go free? You know? Shalom, shalom. You got to turn the show down in the background. I can hear myself. Can you hear me?
Uh,
Shalom. Can you hear me?
oh, okay. You talking to me? How you doing?
God, God.
I heard turn.
Yeah, sometimes you forget, everybody forget to turn that show down. So they be listening to that, and then it's like a little delay. It's probably like a 10, 15-second delay by the time it get from
Yeah,
me to the show. Yeah.
I
So,
just called 'cause I didn't know the lines were open, but I
you listening to yourself in the back? Yeah, go ahead and turn the show down. Turn it all the way down because it's gonna catch you.
all the way down.
Yeah, turn it all the
Okay.
way down.
So I had talked to you a couple of weeks ago, and I don't know if you remember my voice, and I ain't going through it,
I
but
do. I definitely remember you. I definitely remember.
I was sitting here listening to
Mm.
you, and I never knew all what you talked about. So when I heard you were a police officer, and I was really impressed by directions you were given to our brothers and our sisters when they're pulled over. And I just wanted to commend you because there's not many out there. And I hear how the people discourage our brothers, even and our sisters from becoming a police officer.
Right, right.
And I think the more we have out there, we got some screwballs that's out there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the more good we have, the better it would be.
Very true.
And I also want to comment on you saying about the sisters having a weapon. I've been in my house 23 years. And when I first moved here, I had bad dreams of the youth, young brothers, breaking in the house. And I said, oh, these hands are not for shooting and killing. This is for nurturing and loving. But you know what I did? I went and bought me one. And I had that dream 3 years in a row. When I bought that weapon, I stopped having them dreams.
I hear you. I hear you.
I never had to pull it out on nobody. Praise the Lord.
Mm-hmm. All praises.
But I just enjoy your show, and I look for you. And I very rarely only get to catch you at night because I work till 8:30. But I just wanted to commend you, brother. Keep up that good work, and let the Most High continue to use you. God bless you and your family. Be safe. And I wish we all could get on one page. Those of us that are following this truth, I wish we could put aside whatever and come into that fold. And I watch a lot of people, and I know it's hard because we are who we are.
God, yeah, we them people. You can tell. We can tell, man. We a stubborn group. We are a stubborn group. You know.
Guys, stiff-necked bunch of people.
Yep.
And
people.
hate to say it, little wicked.
A little, a lot. we don't people, man. We them same people that seen the presence of the Most High and the power of the Most High come down on the mountain and turn around and worship the cow. we got a short memory. We want to do what we want to do, and it's just like I was reading through Judges again the other night, and it's just to the point like, you know, our people we went into idolatry. Most High send us in captivity. We cry. He'll bring us out. He feel bad. He'll send us back because we did the same thing. He did it over and over and over again. Until finally he got to the point. It was so many times. He was like, you know what? Tell them other guys you've been worshiping to come get you. I ain't coming to get you. And then he still came and got us. So,
wait a minute. And guess what? He's still coming to get us.
Exactly. Still came and got us, man. We a stubborn group of people, boy, I tell you.
He must love us.
Come on. Listen, he has to, because if not saying that we are, but if God forbid if any one of us is in that position, I ain't coming to get you after all them times. I'm done. The Most High has mercy. When I say mercy, but that mercy is very high.
Yes,
very high. So,
even to the scattering of the four corners. My.
God.
Well, brother, I just wanted to yell at you and bid you good night. Be safe. And I love you from afar, from a sister from another mother and father.
Exactly. Likewise, sister. I definitely love you. Definitely love the whole nation. I thank you for calling. All praises.
All right. All praises. Good night.
All right. Shalom, sis. All praises. All praises. Oh, man. I see a comment that says, Hell says, awesome info. All praises for that. All praises. Joshua Ron says, Isaiah 52:8, thy watchmen shall lift up voice together shall they sing, for they shall see eye to eye when the Lord shall bring again Zion. It's a beautiful thing. Bringing again Zion. That sounds lovely. Hopefully, we got to hope that we can get that entrance. I hope I get that entrance. I pray I get it. Not guaranteed for it. I hope for it. See Jacob, big guy, he said you want a hug from that lady. Yeah, she's sweet. That sister's very sweet. and you know what? And doing this, like, just even doing this platform, you know what I mean? A lot of times, man, you get inboxes. You might get some comments on the board here and there, and it'd be some negative stuff. So it's good to actually get that encouragement and that love. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things, one of my first thoughts, and I was telling some brothers this, and they was like, "What?" But it's true. One of my first thoughts when I resigned from being an officer is like, a lot of y'all didn't know that it's like I had to sometimes tiptoe on what I said on the platform. And there's some brothers who I talked to at the job that, I ain't gonna say, well, I ain't bringing them to the truth. The Most High brought them into the truth. They was given the word and they accepted it, and they start realizing, hey man, we them people, and they start, and I would tell them, hey, all right, man, but just this the platform, y'all check it out, but keep it between us, because upstairs, it got upstairs, Esau wasn't having that, what? You a brew? Now, mind you, when I finally resigned, and I get this, when I finally resigned, I went down and requested my employee file, and I looked through that joke, and they had all my pictures, so they already knew what I was doing. So it's like, okay, they was already watching me from the start. And I didn't even know it, but it's like, all right, it is what it is, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Just let you know, man, Esau, he's a crafty character. He's a crafty character. Very crafty. I put sister this money. I put money this sister can bake an awesome cake, an awesome pie. Hey man, I'm gonna ask her, sister. Next time she call, I'm gonna ask her. Love some good pie. And we got any music requests, and we got some songs on here that I didn't know I had in my email for a good period of time, and I wasn't playing them. And I looked through my email one night. I'm like, man, I got all these songs in here, and I didn't play them. I'm gonna play a couple of them. This one of them. This brother's actually a Hebrew pastor. Yes. What's the name of his church? Man, what's the name of that church?
Lift the truth up. Abrahamic bars, I see metaphors. Jacob punchline for the four corners and beach shores. Drop the music quality.
Oh, I got
Sound like
it.
a movie score. If you're an Israelite.
Y'all may have heard of it. It's called Boom Church. He sent me this and asked me to play it. It's pretty. It's hot.
In a padded room insane, on them bike can't be tamed. Cat sideways like the waves on Jermaine. Joe Jackson, they'll throw.
Y'all got anybody out there in the truth that's making this music? Man, we trying to support over here inside the nation. Send me the music. Let me play it. We got talented brothers in Israel, talented sisters in Israel, man. We need to help spread that talent so everybody can see it.
South boy, but my flow swim upstream. Now Valley coffee bean, DNA minus cream. Bible in my face, snort the word. I'm a word fiend. The drought is over. Bars interpreting Pharaoh's dream.
This right here is man, I can't. Will Brown, and he's the pastor of Boom Church. It's a Hebrew congregation. He's the pastor of Boom Church. B-O-O-M.
Not only in my
Yeah, it's Boom. It's Boom.
but I'm chosen.
And so his name's Will Brown.
Save a couple souls, Nebuchadnezzar in the desert. We the people of the book, digging don't need a shovel. You got degrees, your whole theology about the devil.
You said beloved Dawid? Yeah, you know what? I gotta get at him and have him sing some music too. I was actually supposed to do a whole show with just nothing but artists from all around Israel, and I never got a chance to do it because I reached out to all these brothers. I had a list of brothers. We had beloved Dawid. We had Judah Matt was on that list. We had what's his name? Courtney Bell. Man, the list just went on and on. And I had everybody in the group, but it was so hard trying to get everybody together. You know, it's like it didn't come together. I still want to do that in the future. Just have a musical show. We just have a concert online one day. That's what I'm looking forward to. Morel Fall, you said is there some central location?
We went to work, follow instructions off the page.
I don't know. SoundCloud. I mean, us as Brews, we kind of just scattered out there. We kind of got to come across each other, which is why I try and put out as much as I can to these brothers. And y'all know brothers who got videos? You know what I'm saying? Y'all seen us playing videos earlier. Hey, like, contact them. Tell them to send it to me. They don't mind. I play it.
Lost in mayhem like Ahab and get knocked off. Throwing in my flesh a negative, so I'm on par. Thanks to Abigail's, unit balls are still around. But catch this, he left the 99 and saved.
All right. Let's get it. My God. See, since we ain't got no requests, I'm gonna play one of my favorites. Where is it? LOZ. I'm a big fan of this group right here, man. These brothers should be. Where is the song? Where is it? Play this one first. I'm gonna play with a couple of this back to back. This thing here be going. This thing here fire to me.
You guys rapping all the way through? Rap all the way. All right, cool.
This LOZ, Light of Zion.
Take one.
Job 9:24.
Yo.
Disciples.
This that Job 9:24. Earth is given to the wicked. We about to set it off, and I ain't talking Jada Pinkett. Bible is my rifle. Catch me chilling with disciples. I'm a gangster for the Lord. I'm a rival. This is tribal. 5'10" in the flesh, but I'm 6'9" in my spirit. Like David when he fought Goliath. Sharpen rock the spirit. Millie rock him across the face. Kill him dead. Verse 48. Keep commandments I know you hate. Feel the Lord. I beat the case. Boom bye bye for you body boy. Skinny jeans for you thotty boys. Feminine talking you shoddy boy. Chi man get body boy. You dealing with some soldiers. You talking to some prophets. If you living wicked out, then boy you gotta stop it.
Somebody said pull up.
Oh, the Swabish, you say that was a request. I gotta get some beloved Dawid. My favorite song of his is Heavy Smoke. That thing that be riding. I gotta get his permission to play it.
Your boy King Kadash. Take one.
Hey, all these requests that y'all got, if I don't got them, if y'all know how to contact these brothers, hit them up. Hit them up. Give them my email address. Matter of fact, let me put it across the top of the screen. My email address gonna scroll right across the top of the screen. Hit them up and have them contact me. Send me the MP3. I can put them on the playlist, play the music, or they can hit me on the Facebook. Get the music out there. That's my Facebook group. That's the IG right here. Hey, listen, y'all follow me on IG, Instagram. Inside_the_nation_radio. I'm gonna be real. I don't really mess with that Twitter. I don't know why. I don't even know why I got it. But here come the email address coming up right now. Abaya at Inside the Nation Radio. Man, y'all contact these brothers. Have them hit me up or send me the music. Gonna play it. Rosemary Simpson, all praises. All praises. Appreciate the donation. Definitely.
Burn it down to the ground. Kill our babies and our mothers. What go round, come around. 95, it was hot. Jake, it's time, get the crops. Fighting back, we never die. We too strong, we never cry. We just want our minor ups. 40 acres, 10 big steps. In the hood, we built the sticks. Silly rabbit, we the tricks. Peter took the pepper, then he made himself a penny.
Foundation founder, all praises, big God. I appreciate it.
Hey, man. No, we gotta keep.
All right, I'm finna get another one. Hold on, let me get another one. Like I said, I'm becoming like big fan of LOZ. These boys got some fire music. Speaking of such, right there, he just put the comment with all the flames in the comment section. That's what music I'm playing right now. This one right here. Now this one, I put it on repeat, and I just ride in the car. I be riding.
You know how that go though? Since I came in, it's truth. My people don't treat me the same. They love me at my worst, but now they hate what I became. I put my salvation before the money and the fame. Lost some partners on the way, but I just shot that to the game. You used to be my homie, now you act like you don't know me. You used to be my homie, now you act like you don't know me. People smile in your face, but they be wicked and they phony. Tell me who shall I fear? What the 1611 on me?
When I was on the corner selling drugs with the thugs, popping bottles in the club. Everybody showed me love, but since I came in, it's truth. My people don't treat me the same. When they see me with my fringes on, they looking at me strange. I guess they hate what I became, but I just charge it to the game. I just stay up in my lane, and I would never be ashamed. My new 357 is my 1611, and I always keep it on me, so I'm never feeling lonely. You gon' learn, homie. My own family done turned on me. It's like I'm all alone. Yahweh keep me strong through this long journey. They love me more when I was wicked. We must prepare for war. This whole battle so addicted.
You say, what apocrypha do you consider legit? 14, they took out the Bible. I know you said about the Codex Sinaiticus. I think there's nuggets in all of that. You know, it could be used, you know, there's definitely nuggets in all of it. I can't sit here and say I'm the most in-depth in studying which codex or, you know, which Vatican or whatever, but I definitely think that what I've went through thus far, the little bit that I do know, I definitely see nuggets in all of it. I think that's even with just a lot of writings. You got to know how to pull out what's. You gotta know how to pull out them nuggets.
Fake love, fake friends, only friends for occasions. You my friend when I got it.
You see, I gotta get the 777 by LOZ. He on here right, they on here right now. So he gotta read that comment. Send me the 777. I need that.
Study up, look it up, fake the funk and I cut it up. Check my resume, I'll cut you off. I see you text and I reject the call. Secret message, you want all my business. Just to laugh and go tell it all. Try to tell you can't hit Shabbat. Now you miss when I text.
Hey, I'm telling you, man, I be putting this on repeat and I just be rolling. I might just go around the block one more time just for the song to finish.
Are you real or are you fake? Are you heathen or are you Jake? If you celebrate pagan holidays, no thanks, I don't wanna play. Real friend, I'll hold it down. 100 soldiers, that's no clowns. 200 boots when we hit the ground. I came in, it's truth. My people don't treat me the same. They love me at my worst, but now they hate what I became. I put my salvation before the money and the fame. Lost some partners on the way, but I just shot that to the game.
All right, Con, we finna get another one in here. Let's see what else we got. Y'all let me pick. I just play. I I hit LOZ straight down the list, but try and get everybody in here. All right. Another brother, I don't have his contact information for this brother right here. But he made this song called What If. Man, this to me, this song is beautiful to me. I definitely love it. His name is Zamir. Zamir.
Yeah, look, we gotta be grateful for life. But sometimes we complain too much. And we never think about the what ifs. What if your situation was your neighbor?
You say you know they did music? Oh,
your
man.
neighbor situations was your situation.
Man.
And then
Not just music, fire music as you just heard.
And never be grateful. But what if? Hey. Imagine if your mama trying, daddy dead or in the fence, and if your pops was around but won't claim you, how would you feel? Man, this stuff get real. If your mama was hooked on pills, and if your brother was sick, he done listened, so he got tricked. Satan got him, he sleep, got him laced, now this is it. Please do not take offense, I'm a counterpart to this here. What if your grandma died? When she couldn't, she always tried, and when she asked for something, you just bicker and tell her lies. What if that baby on the news was your little sister or brother? What if that child who just got raped turned out to be your friend's daughter? How would you feel if that was you? Would you turn out more hateful when you think about your life? Don't it make you feel grateful to know that you've been blessed in some places that so many are not? It's not a blessing to them, it's just how things are. That's what happens when people led by their own heart. For you who I'm staying focused, I'm gonna do my part. Cause we've been getting ungrateful, I know this hurt is hard. Your life could be a lot worse, so don't think upon yourself. You're not the only one struggling, we all been through some hell. So I'ma let you know my feel, man, the pain get real. The most I heal, the harder the hurt, he gon' keep it real. I'm speaking truth that be happening, hope you keep it real. If you're not grateful, I'm just trying to make you think a bit. He don't owe you nothing, just think about it, take a sip. What if, what if, what if, what if, oh. What if, what if, what if, what if, oh. What if, what if, what if, what if, oh. What if, what if, what if, what if, oh. What if, what if, what if, what if, oh. What if, what if, what if, what if, oh. What if, what if, what if, what if, oh. What if, what if, what if, what if, our innocence if you walk around while mortal Gentile walk in and let the whole tip off.
Zamir is spelled just like that without the E though. And I think he on SoundCloud and YouTube. So if you type in Zamir and the name of the song is What If, it'll come up.
Your daddy wanna talk, he 82, he end up passing. Now you on the ground gasping when he talk, you never listen.
Foundation found it. You can email it to me at my email address that's gonna scroll across. I gotta enter it into the playlist. But next show, you know, so I can definitely play it though. So if you send it to me in the email, send it MP3 and I can add it to the playlist. Okay. What else we got? Let's my big out in California on the West Coast. Raj, song called Blessings. Fire. Got that West Coast swag, that West Coast vibe.
Oh yeah. Said it's a blessing coming from my section. Where a life of crime seem to be the one direction. We overcame the odds, yeah, my nigga, we ain't stressing. Yeah. Said it's a blessing coming from my section. Where a life of crime seem to be the one direction. We overcame the odds, yeah, my nigga, we ain't stressing.
Turu Addicted, that's what it's called.
Blessing. Yeah, 2020,
I know I probably messed that name up.
So tell me what I look like giving up on the shit. Them late nights in the stoop been going hard than a bitch. I'm trying to build a legacy and pass it on to my kids. Cause it's toxic where we grew up. Blood and Crip gang signs is what we threw up. Smoke, blunt, sip, drink until we threw up. All of that was from God, he tryna prove us. That's why in any predicament find me standing tall. Ain't got my head in my ass, I know that I could fall. But staying humble is a virtue only few can taste. I keep a double-edged sword for the double face. Speeding down to 105, I see the world burn. Got potential like David, just gotta wait my turn. Cause I done seen a lot of niggas fall out the race. You bound to make some bad decisions when you move in haste. Yeah. So I calculate my goals, keep an eye on my foes. Hit the street, start fishing jakes, I double back and make more, And when the opposition try to take you out, you show exactly what your name about. It's such a blessing coming from my section, where real life of crime seem to be the one direction. We overcame the odds, yeah, my nigga, we ain't.
Hey, y'all keep your ears peeled for my album coming out. Dropping next month.
Coming from my section,
it's gonna be called.
Seem to be the one direction. We overcame the odds, yeah, my nigga, we
I ain't got the name yet, but it's coming.
Look, niggas fear to break the cycle, but I'm here to verify that it's.
I'm gonna call it Inside the Nation. Y'all gonna support it?
Just make it out.
Y'all gonna support it? I'm gonna call it Inside the Nation. But drop it next month.
And level up your team. Turn up your hustle and calculate your scheme and watch the vision form a clear view. Put God in that driver's seat, don't be afraid to let him steer you. Curse conditions, but I know I'm chosen. Watch me rise from the bottom, I'm something like
God, all praise. I got one support in. I got one support in the comment section. got two supporters in the comment section. Hey y'all, hey, listen, man. In my younger days, I'm about 40 now, but when I was younger, man, I used to spit a little bit. I need to go back and start writing, man. Y'all think I'm playing? I used to do a little something back in the day. Hey, so remember, hey, next Friday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we're gonna have Woody from Drew Hill. All right, so Woody from Drew Hill gonna be on the show along with the Big Ock. New Breed, and we're gonna be talking about the music industry. Now the brother shared a story with me today with Biggie, a story that he had with Biggie Smalls, and I was like, wow, Most High had his hands around him, man. So y'all tune in for that. I'm gonna put together a flyer, send it around, so y'all definitely catch that. It's very interesting of what's going on in the industry. I don't know if y'all caught the show when we had Larry Johnson. That was the running back for the Kansas City Chiefs. When he was on here, he was saying the same thing about, agenda in the sporting world, NFL, NBA. And he also had a contract with Rock Nation and Jay-Z. And he was exposing some stuff on that side too. So y'all, after we get Woody from Drew Hill on here, I'm gonna see if we can get Larry Johnson back on here, have both of the brothers on here at the same time, because it'll be some eye-opening. It'd be something eye-opening to just hear what's going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. So I think that'd be a blessing for everybody. To the light and all praises. Definitely appreciate it. All right. Let's get a couple more tracks and then I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. Let's get. I ain't played this one in a while. Ben Montana. Saya Ben Israel.
Judah, LOG, yeah. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Kwame Asherah. I'm a Shemite, baby. Yeah.
Hey, don't forget. Y'all see that right there? That by Brew? It's coming. I meant Brew Talk. It's coming.
You're angry, you act like a zombie. You follow and walk like a zombie. With the scriptures, I'm burning you zombies. Repentance for only the Israelites. I hope you don't die like a zombie. The fire gon' burn all you zombies. Religion melts your brain, son. You ain't learn a thing. You're angry, you act like a zombie. You follow and walk like a zombie. With the scriptures, I'm burning you zombies. Repentance for only the Israelites. I hope you don't die like a zombie. The fire gon' burn all you zombies. Judah don't mess with no zombies.
Like say he's gonna call in. Yeah, we about to get ready to wrap it up. And we got next week though. Next week, definitely call in.
Don't mess with no zombies. Black and I'm beautiful garment. Get this stepping like more Ernest Tommy. Jah ruling the earth, no Wisconsin. Oh, my motherland, Yasharala. Oh, they slipping, better dry the towel up. I'm the type of Jew, hate my enemies. Mama used to call me king, baby. Return to the law, be a king, hasty. I'm an Israelite son of the ancient, but I woke up like this. Don't even trip. You did not wish I no women, no way. Facing the east and
Shalom, Mark. Hey, remember, this right here, the Brew Talk. If you're familiar, I've been putting it out there here and there. Got the logo sitting right there. It's something that we're going to do with just a lot of elders through Israel. A lot of brothers see these brothers on social media, on the street, whatever, teaching. But it's good to get to know our brothers personally. So what I'm going to do, I was going to do it like in a phone call format. I was just going to call these brothers up, just going to have a regular conversation. We'll be talking, you know what I'm saying, and talking about regular stuff, you know what I'm saying? Who you like? Who you got? Jordan, Kobe, or LeBron? You know, just regular stuff. Just so you can get to know these brothers on a personal level, to realize that, you know, these brothers are people just like us. Because a lot of times what happens, you know, if we don't agree with doctrine or we, you know what I'm saying, or things of that nature, Israel, we get at each other's throats a lot of times, and we forget, like, these regular brothers, man, they got wife and kids and careers like everybody else, man. Don't let a simple disagreement drive a wedge because we don't see it the same way, you know what I'm saying? We all see through a glass darkly. So the concept was me calling these brothers up, having conversations, just regular conversations, letting people know who these brothers are on a personal level, you know what I'm saying? Not getting into their personal, private business, but, you know. But what I think I'm gonna change it up a little bit. Instead of doing it on the phone, I'm gonna reach back out to them and see if we can do it more like interview style documentary. So it'll be all of them on the same video, and we're gonna just go through. And if you got any questions that you would like, we got, matter of fact, let me go through the list of everybody we got coming through so far. So far we have we got Zion Lex, Captain Cesariot, Captain Katazar, Ron Shields. We got Elder Zabak, Adam Abbott, Ash Yasharala, Ratazan, formerly in True Nation. Got Mir Judah, Courtney Bell, Yahweh All Sons of Thunder, Assad out of Sakari, Judah Matt. Got Priest Daniel Benjamin. Got Ron Dalton, Zion Awaits, Deacon Hakad Sakari. So we got a long list of the, you know, and probably it's gonna be adding to it. So, I mean, if you got any questions, like, hey man, I always want to ask this brother this. Email me at what's the email I created? Brew, like for the show, Brew Talk, like right here. Brew Small Talk at Gmail. Send me them questions over there, and I'm gonna definitely put them on the list. And hey man, somebody sent this question, they want to know this. But yeah, it's just a attempt to get to know brothers on a personal level, and hopefully, you know, when we start seeing brothers like we brothers, we regular people, you know what I mean? Like even the brothers we read about in the Bible, you know, the prophets, they were regular people, you know what I mean? And so with lives, you know, just trying to be righteous in that life, you know, trying to paint the brothers and show that side of them. So that's because you don't agree with their doctrine. You know, next thing you know, Israel, if they don't agree with your doctrine, boy, you wicked. Yeah, boy, you wicked. Like, why? Because we don't agree. So that's the whole point behind that, you know. So hopefully it's a success, and hopefully y'all like it. Hopefully y'all tune in. You know what I'm saying? So, Jacob, all praises. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good lineup. Yeah, it's a lot of brothers on there, and got more to come. And so hopefully we get it all done and get it out soon. Again, another track, probably one or two more, and then we gonna roll. Baratazah. Whoa. To the next step of 2020. What are you referring to, Sid?
Look, Karatazah, I'm known to kill a beat. You alive, you ain't feeling me. The way my people out here still asleep, I need 100 legs like I'm a centipede. Believe me, I got the recipe for you to save your soul and really rest in peace. The tribe of Judah is my pedigree. I give you more of him and give you less of me. So you more concerned with smoking pounds of perp and having muddy cups of that folk. You can have all the lust in this world, but for me, I'ma fall in love with that law. Cause time is shout like the legs on the midget. You all about the green like the head on the lizard. See, Martin had a dream, but your shy gon' deliver. And he done rule the world, but the crown ain't gon' give up. I say I don't play that. He say, she say, who say, blase, blase. You can miss me with that gossip. You sound like a busybody. I say, I'm just trying to edify the body. I say, you can't walk this walk alone, get with a body. Yeah, Shawty said that she modest, but the Bible said that she hottie. She got her hair wrapped and got her nails done, but you still exposing your body. Stop it. The Bible is living proof, but some people just hate the truth. They hate it on Christ too, so they really gon' hate you. I'm saying though, why you trapping out the band though? You don't see how they killing us, but you only worry about bands though. What you gon' get some Versace? What you gon'
There's
get
a
you
major
Lambo?
dust cloud
What you
coming
gon'
off
do
the
when you
Sahara
ready
that's
to
crossing
Thomas?
the
You gon' see
Atlantic.
how far them bands go.
Wait, you say a dust cloud
Yeah.
coming off the Sahara
see how
is
far them
crossing over
bands
the
go.
Atlantic?
Yeah.
A dust cloud the size of Brazil?
Woe to you and your
The size
judgment.
of Brazil? Well, damn.
And woe just simply means destruction. Whoa.
I haven't heard about it. I'm about to look into that. All right, let's get one more track. One more track. Oh, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Then I gotta go eat. 1 o'clock in the morning. See a few of us on here. Last track. Let's make it a good one. So I'm definitely look it up. Been on the news. Dust clouds been on the news. I have to look that up. Let's end it off with a Judah Matt track. Let's go with Chariot Boots. Definitely love this song right here.
Brothers and sisters of the congregation, we're here today because God said that we are going to be his battle axe. So it's time for us to show these heathens that we the children of the Most High.
Put your kids to bed and blow the trumpet cause it's time for the wartime. Bring the damn heathen here, make them bow down now to the children of the Most High. We done been through the fire, crying out loud, let them know who we are. Everybody know who we
He said
are.
I'm at work, keep the music playing. I hear you, they got, I'm starving, man. I'm starving.
Where the damn heathen at? They about to feel the wrath of the children of the Most High. We done been through the fire, crying out loud, let them know who we are. Everybody know who we are, cause we put it in their face, we the children of the Most High.
Now you know what I want to do? I'm gonna have to do like a inside the nation function. Like get a central some spot somewhere. I don't know, Atlanta, Florida, Miami, where everybody can come down and just inside the nation host some type of meeting greets for all brothers and sisters just to come together. Hey, y'all think I think that's a good idea. What y'all think? Like let's say we make it Miami or Tampa somewhere and just we host this event. Brothers and sisters come down, we meet, you know what I'm saying? Congregate, fellowship, talk, have a good time. What y'all think about it? Think it's a good idea? I think it's a good idea.
Bada bing, bada bang, got a brand new body. I remember what you did to my people when my battle axe said I'm about to hurt somebody. Let me give them everything they gave us, put them in their place when the Most High save us. I'm about to put the chains on their hands and their feet like they did to my people when they slaved us. Get them ready for the bum rush, let them know we about to go hard.
Eric Ramsey, it's a good idea.
Coming to your city, it's the children of the Most High. Put your kids to bed, blow the trumpet because it's time for the wartime. Bring the damn heathen here, make them bow down now to the children of the Most High. We done been through the fire, crying out loud, let them know who we are. Everybody know who we are, cause we put it in their face, we the children of the Most High. About to bring the kingdom back, they don't wanna see us get the kingdom back. Where the damn heathen at? They about to feel the wrath of the children of the Most High. We done been through the fire,
Be like a 2-day getaway, a 3-day getaway, somewhere where we can just get away from the words of captivity for a little while. Get some food, swim a little bit, talk a little bit, play some music. You know.
They gon' call me Mr. Whip a lot, cause I keep a bull whip on my hip a lot. If I see a he slip, I'ma crack him on his back. Matter of fact, I'ma crack him if he slip or not. I remember what you did to my people.
Oh, you over in London? Oh man, that's yeah, that'd be a long trip. That's a long trip.
Anybody looking at me funny, they gon' get the same thing. Give me till got done. I had to kill my son. Why the work still ain't done? Said I can give them double, so the double coming. They about to be in trouble, yeah, the trouble coming. They don't wanna have to pay for what they
Alright, so yeah, work together now.
I'm saying I ain't over nothing. About to get my chariot boots. Bada bing, bada bang, got a brand new body. I remember what you did to my people. Where my battle axe at? I'm about to hurt somebody. I'm about to work somebody. I'm about to make them pick a lot of crops. They ain't know that it was payback coming for them. They was thinking it was gummy bears and lollipops.
I said I was finna go. Big Alk out there. 1 or 2 more. Up all night. Memphis is too peaceful? What you mean? It's a dick in the car, I pray.
In my hood, you hear sirens and semis pop. Judah keep vexing Ephraim. When will the envy stop? No love for any cops. That's what got Kenny shot. Y'all drinking Henny shots. I'm investing in penny stocks. They give me props. Rapping, teaching, debating, unity. While Satan trying to weaken the nation. Cops in my community kill us with every opportunity. No justice or peace. The police get immunity. Look, rubber bullets and riot suits when they gear up. Asking where the love went, cause judgment is near us. And kids rather pour up a foe and sip the syrup than learn about how the black Moors ruled in Europe. We divided by economic material skills. My people are serial victims of imperialism.
Deacon Hakar, Sakari. Name of the song is I Pray.
Israelites, ask the NOI. Let's pray. I pray. Abba Naba Yahweh rise. I pray for your grace and everything that you shall provide. I pray every day that you teach me how to strive to put my trust in you.
Foundation found the
power
lies. Right.
My people are dead and pumped will come out of hide. I pray.
GW, you say pick a location that Southwest Airlines flies into.
Every last one of
all right, I'm trying to keep that in mind.
All of this in the name of Yahweh Shai. Can't feed the flesh, don't need the stress, so I fast and I rest instead. Cold sweats in the bath, trying to grasp, I sat in bed. In my dream, I had a twin. He stabbed me to death and fled. Visions of a pale horse and a dragon with 7 heads. Vagabond, Babylon, being watched by the Lord. Can't even stop by the store, cause on my block it's a war. Jehovah Witnesses don't even knock at my door, cause they know they false doctrine will get chopped by my sword. Yeah, I'm with the lyrical or the spiritual murder play. I see some ravenous wolves leading the herd astray. My homie's mom's a tweaker, I watch him serve a yay. I'm numb to this game and the pain, I'm an invertebrate. When the Messiah comes serve, we gon' witness the sun purge. He coming back to judge every idle and dumb word. My team always moving in silence, we unheard. The elite wanna converge on the elect and the 1/3.
And Tekiel in Israel said he was gone. He was over there secretly listening to the music. He couldn't leave. Man, these. Hey, I listen to this over the radio all day. These brothers be riding, man.
Every day, no excuses or alibis. I pray that every last one of these cowards die. I pray all of this in the name of Yahweh Shai.
I pray you sing.
All right, so let's get one more. All right, I'm gonna keep my word this time. One more, and then I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna get one more by Karatazar. This one is called Ventilation.
Man, so much going on in the world nowadays. Man.
I play Ash on the way out. I play the video on the way out.
What do you think that your shy gon' do? You think that he coming to jump through the hoops? You think that he coming with flowers and roses and rainbows? Homeboy, you are really confused. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna tell you the truth. He gave me this gift, so I'm up in his booth. And I'm venting, I'm sending the message. I pray that you hear, cause these chains are as tight as a noose. These rappers using they platform to talk nonsense to these kids. You wonder why they y'all in prison doing biz. You wonder why these young kids having kids. You wonder why they dealing drugs getting killed. You perpetuating these ills. You rap about money like it's a big deal. You selling your soul just to get you a deal. It's funny cause the money that you're worshiping ain't nothing gonna be long gone. When you're dead in the grave and your soul gone. Then you waking up in fires and brimstone. And you gasping for air but you can't breathe. You wanna dip out but you can't leave. It's the type of heat that you ain't seen. Only one thing that you gon' need is ventilation.
Vent just a little bit. 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 Bend just a little bit. Don't bend just a little bit. Bend just a little bit. Ventilation.
What we gotta prove already rich. You can ride a Benz, we got spaceships, big mansions. Make the main more imminent. Navigating sky spies for the non-conforming. Put on a performance, lights, camera, action. Look at the hysteria. Dress up the set, now we up in Syria. Thinking we crazy, excited, delirium. I'ma sit and just watch the calamity. Sitting guys and Satan, yeah, they gotta be godly. Wicked, wicked words, so ungodly. Waiting on apocalypse, calculating eclipse. Defining the signs of the time by the signs in the sky. They skip Jeremiah, thinking you messing with a putty cat. Yeah, but he alive.
Talk about CERN. Gonna crank it up a little bit.
Crank it up a little bit.
Crank it up a little bit.
Foundation finally say
fulfilling, heathens revealing what revelations been foretelling.
I don't have it. I gotta look it up. If I can look it up, and if you got a video or something on YouTube, I can actually record it. If you want me to play, I can play the videos on the show.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Don't bend just a little bit. Just a little bit. Ventilation.
Jessica Estrada, I'll go ahead and answer your question before I leave. Say, does being an Israelite depends on my nationality? Yes. You're an Israelite by blood. I know there's a really big misconception that people can convert to being an Israelite. It's like saying you can convert to being a Chinese or something of that matter, or I can convert to being, I don't know, Russian. You can't convert to being that. But now here's where I may differ from a lot of brothers and sisters though. We do see where those who are not Israelites are matter of fact, no, I won't even say that. Let's find a scripture. There's a scripture. Hey, Big Ock, if you're still on here, Seeker to Jacob, where is that precept where it says that they should take hold of skirt of him that is a Jew? I think that's in Zephaniah. Second, let me. You familiar with the precept I'm talking about? I did. Is fine. It's pretty. Why am I drawing a blank right now? Because I'm hungry. I ain't eat yet. I'm trying to get out and go eat. So you ain't got your book? It's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna find this. It is. Got with me. Play another track while I'm finna get last track. One more from a Big Out because he's still at work. Wow.
Because the picture of dry bones in the valley is talking about you. The picture of Lazarus laying dead 4 days is talking about you. You're Lazarus. You're the dry bones. You're the prodigal son. You're the lost sheep. You're the people about whom the Bible is speaking, who will stand up in the last day when the trumpet is sounded. Black people are waking up. Black people are standing up. Black people are rising up, and they're throwing sight into that knee-shaking white man.
I keep on having visions that they put me in the auction, a runaway slave till they put me in the coffin. Tears in my eyes with a noose around my neck, screaming, Kwam Yasharal, alright before my last breath. I can't believe my eyes, cause I'm seeing life distorted. The prince is in chains while the servants drive Porsches. He ain't want the baby, so she had an abortion. Grown men walking around in women's clothes in the door. Zion is acting like whores. Remove this cup for me, cause I can't take this shit no more. 1611 got a sharpen of my sword.
All right. I see why I couldn't find it. I was looking at Zephaniah. It's actually Zechariah. Get those Z's mixed up. All right, so I feel very chosen, but I don't have the blood in me. I want to study, learn more, and follow the laws. Yes. Right. Yeah, I just found it out. All right, Jessica, I'm gonna read something to you. Now, as far as converting to be an Israelite is a nationality. It's a bloodline. It's the person. It's the people. You know, like I said, you can't convert to being a Chinese or a Japanese or a Russian. It's not the case. But here's what the Bible says that people will do. Check this out. This is Zechariah 8:22 through 23. It says, "Yea, many people and strong nations shall come to seek the Lord of hosts in Jerusalem, and pray before the Lord. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that God is with you." So the prophecy is saying that it's going to come a point where those of other nations are going to come. And they're going to take hold of those of the skirt of him that is a Jew. And they're going to say, hey, I want to come. We heard the Most High is with you. You know what I'm saying? So, but here's what I want to say too. I think this is what we started saying before we got cut off earlier on the first show. I can't show you this. I don't know how clear it to be. I'm going to show you why I don't turn anyone away from Scripture. Because we don't know who is who. Hopefully y'all can see this. Put it up to the screen. Can y'all see that? Y'all see that, right? See the complexion of brother and the children? Make sure y'all get a good look at that. Now, who is that? All right, so who is that? That's my cousin. I know his lineage. I know his lineage goes all the way back, and it gets darker and darker, right? But as it comes down the other way, you know, he started, and if we go believe what the Bible says in Numbers 18, that the seed is by the father, so you're Israel according to who your father is. But did you see the complexion of those children? Those children's great-great-great-grandfathers darker than me. But because of the mixing, you will have brothers say, oh, the same for you. You're not Israel. I don't know. This is why Christ say, listen, do what I told you to do. Go spread the word, and I'll send the angels to separate the wheat from the tare. That's why you don't see me saying this ain't for you, because I don't want to reject one, and on that day I see, oh, wow, that was really Israel I rejected. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say, man, I'm rejecting this, and it's really Israel I'm rejecting. Sometimes even with the boot kissing thing, you got people down kissing your boot. Then what if you standing on there on that day and you be like, wow, that was really Israel I had kissing my boot. But I thought by the complexion that it wasn't. Now we can say, well, how you know who is his lineage? Now I can tell you, I know my lineage. We can go way back. I know mine. I know his. His go way back, and it gets darker as it goes. His lineage is mine also. So what I'm saying is, the old saying, you can't judge a book by its cover. I don't know. So Jessica, I don't know if you Israel or not. I'm not going to try and figure it out. I only tell you what the Bible says. The Bible says if you are, keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. If you're not, and you at some point, the The other nations are going to be taking hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew. We can look through scriptures, and there was those who were, I ain't gonna say brought in as far as salvation, because that is only for Israel. But you see those who were spared and brought in under Israel. I leave it at that. I'm trying to keep it simple so we don't get too deep. I've been trying to get off here. But again, I'm never going to judge and say, oh man, you Israel, you not, based off your complexion or anything like that, because we do not know. That's why Christ said the angels shall do the separating. Way too often as Israel, we're trying to do the separating. Best bet right here. Keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. That's what we got to do anyway. We're still hoping. Ain't not one of us got solidification inside the kingdom. We're not solidified to have a slot in the kingdom. Not one of us. We all trying to keep these laws best that we can and hope that we get in the kingdom. Said, do we read scriptures from any Bible? I'm not what they call the new term, the KJV only is. I definitely reference other scriptures. I do prefer KJV, but I will read through other scriptures as well. You know, I'm careful with what I read, but you know, I don't see anything wrong with reading different scriptures. You have some brothers and sisters who are only KJV, but no, I read through different scriptures as well as far as Bibles. No word. Welcome. You're welcome. Welcome. Well, you say that was the point you guys were talking about earlier. That's not for us to. Yeah. Benjamin, con. Exactly. That's it. Con. King James 16:11. So Israel fell and walked not in the ways of the Most High. Now the Gentiles get their shot for the last so-called 2,000 years. We probably have to agree to disagree on that one. Yeah. But again, y'all saw a picture. That was my cousin. I mean, if we was walking side by side, y'all be like, man, two different. They ain't related at all. That's how babysit his kids. His kids over here. Y'all walking out, hey, little white kids on this child. Little white babies on the child. Hey, nah, man. Hey, I'm Israel. They Israel too. You know what I mean? Just a little bit lighter than I am. Uh-oh. We finna go into a debate in the comment section. Man, I'm finna go. I'm finna get off here. Hey, look, man. We gonna end it off with a video. Big Ash Yasharala. I'll debate that. All right, Ash Yasharala. Meant to be. We're going to end it on that one. Hey, listen. Hey, I appreciate y'all. You know, let me borrow your time. It's 1:30 in the morning. Still about approximately 30 people on here. With that being said, hey, listen. If you just got in here late, go back to the beginning. I think this is a very important discussion that need to be had. I was telling the people how I was a police officer and I served as an officer. I was trying to give, you know what I'm saying, the brothers and sisters some advice on how to be stopped and what to do when you're stopped and things of that nature. Y'all make sure y'all rewind this back to the beginning and listen to everything I said. And if you ain't got yours yet, it's the time. Christ said, go get your sword. Keep your sword with you. You know what I'm saying? And we know, you know, I get it. You know, I know the Bible's our sword. But, you know, walk outside and they go to busting at you. Can't throw the book out. That's just being real with you. Can't throw. You could try, you know, and hopefully the Most High reach down and do something miraculous with it. Because if not, boy, it's gonna have a problem. Either Jacob Khan, exactly. Uh-oh. Rel Fall, Judah Lion, Benjamin Yasharala. It's going down. Hey, listen. Hit the like button before y'all leave. Listen, if you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Also hit that great bell. Make sure you get notifications whenever we go live, all right? We had some technical difficulties tonight. The brothers couldn't go through it all the way with me. But we're going to try and have that worked out by next Friday. And if you just got on here, make sure you join us next Friday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have Woody from Drew Hill. And he's going to come on here and share some experiences that he had in the industry and things of that nature. So y'all be sure to tune into that. And yeah, exactly. Con. It's Estrada, keep them commandments. Keep the commandments. Keep striving to learn them. Keep striving to learn them. We got brothers in have been in the truth for a while, and we still striving to learn all the commandments and do what we can do. So keep striving, keep striving. With that, I'm gonna say shalom, 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 nation. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go out. We're gonna go out on this video. Big hold on. Get it ready. Let me get it ready. This is Ash Yasharala. And the name of it is called Meant to Be. So, hey, shalom, nation.
Swang. It's the Maccabees Alliance, unified and in control. All black, it's the Mac, unified. 100 soldiers ready for war, who wanna ride? It's that Maccabean spirit restoring the tabernacles. No more shackles, get down or lay down, you dig? No more weak niggas selling they souls for master's crumbs. Run up in your church, smack lies off of your pastor's tongue. Do this for the people trapped in the slums and losing focus.
Death and destruction's at America's doorstep, it ain't another foe left.
Donald Trump, you coward. A space force for what? You can't stop your Howard. 200 million chariots hover over your tower. We don't know the hour, but soon you feel the power.
We just live it day to day, boy. America's got it in for me. Still we don't worry, it's okay, boy. Cause it's gonna be what it was meant to be. Till then we keep the faith, throughout all the hate. Maccabees pushing this word from state to state. It ain't nothing left to say, boy. Cause it's gonna be what it was meant to be.
I walk on water, walk on lava. The foul mouth preacher, the gold grill scholar. I'm sipping on Moscato in the hills of Masada. Yo, I pop another bottle for the Moors in Granada. Salute to the Maccabees, it's death before dishonor. I rise above the savagery and mastery nirvana. And deep inside the Vatican, they kiss the Black Madonna. I'm dressed in all black again, the AOC persona. Them crackers getting slapped again, shout out to Yawakana. Got my guns from an African, all the way in Ghana. It's time for me to clap again, it's time for us to conquer. My wolves are wide awake, my lions and piranhas. The Bible we do quote, but still bust them llamas. Let the Frankenmurder smoke fill a room like marijuana. I'm coming for they dough, tell them devils I'm their karma. I was meant to be a prophecy from his father.